Shalom, you're watching Arutz Sheva TV. I'm Yoni Kopinski, and this is our daily edition. The recent so-called ceasefire was broken Tuesday as 3 rockets fired from Gaza hit Be'er Sheva and Netivot. In response to the rocket fire, the IDF began striking terror targets in the Gaza Strip, including a home in which, according to intelligence, Hamas leader Mohammed Def was staying. The escalation brought missiles to the Tel Aviv, Gush Dan area, Jerusalem, and the south of Israel has been undergoing continuous missile and rocket fire for almost 24 hours straight. More than 160 rockets were fired towards Israeli communities. Senior Hamas leader Mohammed Def may have been killed in airstrikes, this is according to Fox News, despite Israel's silence and Hamas' denial of Def's death. According to the report, Israeli intelligence officials told Fox News that Def, who is the head of Hamas's military wing, the Al-Qassam Brigades, was killed during the Israeli Air Force airstrike during the same attack that killed the terror leader's wife and son. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Moshe Yaalon spoke to the press Wednesday, providing direction and developments on the renewed fighting with Hamas.
Hamas is like ISIS. ISIS is like Hamas. They're branches of the same tree. And I can say that the entire world has been shocked by the atrocities of ISIS. You saw this, the beheading of an American journalist, Foley. It shows you the barbarism, the savagery of these people. Well, we face the same savagery. The people who wantonly rocket our cities and want to conduct mass killings. And when they can, they murder children, teenagers, shoot them in the head, throw people from the 6th floor, their own people, and use their people as human shields. Hamas is ISIS, ISIS is Hamas. They're the enemies of peace, they're the enemies of Israel, they're the enemies of all civilized countries. And I believe they're the enemies of the Palestinians themselves. And I'm not the only one who believes that.
Finance Minister Yair Lapid, a son of a Holocaust survivor, is in Germany. He took part today in a special memorial ceremony at Platform 17 for the victims of the Holocaust.
Trainloads of Jews will never again depart from a platform anywhere in the world. The security of the State of Israel and its citizens must forever be in our hands alone. We have friends, and I stand here among friends. The new Germany has proven its friendship to Israel time and again, but we must not and we cannot rely on anyone but ourselves. Standing here in this place, I want to say clearly that the leaders of Hamas, an anti-Western, anti-Semitic terrorist organization, cannot be safe while they continue to target innocent civilians. Just as every European leader would do, just as the United States did with Osama bin Laden, so we will pursue every leader of Hamas.
The IDF has published a new declassified report that exposes the extent to which Hamas illegally used public infrastructure during Operation Protective Edge. A new report released by the IDF utilizes intelligence maps, photographic and video evidence to mount a serious case against Hamas's illegal use of public infrastructure during Operation Protective Edge. The report shows Hamas's use of UN facilities, schools, graveyards, mosques, and power plants, among other civilian areas. According to the report, Hamas has launched above 1,600 rockets from civilian sites.
זה נראה שהשיגורים ממש מהבתי ספר עצמם. 3 שיגורים? אנחנו זיהינו 3 שיגורים מתוך בתי הספר.
For the first time, a senior Hamas official admitted that Hamas is responsible for the kidnapping and murder of Israeli teens, Naftali Frankel, Gilad Shaar, and Eyal Ifrach. Saleh al-Aruri from the Hamas spoke at a conference of Islamic clerics in Turkey.
وكان القرار الجماهيري قد اتسع يشمل كل الارض المحتله ووصل دوره في العمليه البطوليه التي قامت بها القائد البسام باسر المستوطنين الثلاثه في الخليج.
U.S. President Barack Obama related today to the brutal on-camera murder of American journalist James Foley by terrorists.
Let's be clear about ISIL. They have rampaged across cities and villages, killing innocent, unarmed civilians in cowardly acts of violence. They abduct women and children and subject them to torture and rape and slavery. They have murdered Muslims, both Sunni and Shia, by the thousands. They target Christians and religious minorities, driving them from their homes, murdering them when they can, for no other reason than they practice a different religion. They declare their ambition to commit genocide against an ancient people.
New York dignitaries from the Jewish and AfricanAmerican communities held a joint press conference on Monday in Crown Heights at the exact site where a young Jew was violently assaulted last Wednesday in the knockout game.
One particular incident that I want to mention that really disturbs me greatly. There was a 24-year-old man who was walking the streets very, very innocently, and three young people who happened to be African American attacked him. Some of that is on video. They didn't ask him for anything. They didn't steal anything. There was just an attack. This person was seriously injured and ended up in the hospital. One of the perpetrators was pursued. The police were there with that one particular perpetrator. He was let go.
We are united as one borough, one borough. All of us are outraged when a Jewish person is struck. We're outraged when a Baptist church is burned. We're outraged when someone writes graffiti on the mosque. We're outraged anytime someone persecutes an individual because of their religious beliefs.
Okay, that'll be all for today's Daily Edition. Until next time, from all of us here at Arutz Sheva, IsraelNationalNews.com, Shalom.